Okay, so we're just finishing off the Halachot of the Amidah, Chazara of the Amidah. This is the last session for the Halachot of the Amidah we're finishing now. We said by the Chazara that you're not allowed to talk at all in Chazara. Are you allowed to study Torah?
No.
No, you're not allowed to even study Torah. Are you even allowed to think about Torah?
But is it the same halacha for Ashkenazim and Sfaradim?
Oh, what do you mean? Regarding which point? I said 2 points.
Regarding to speak during Chazara.
Yes. Absolutely forbidden. There is no reason, there's no source to allow speaking in Chazara. Chazara is of utmost importance, and I said this last week. What's the point of Chazara? Always you think, okay, this is a waste of time. Let me go study Torah. Let me go do mitzvot. Why do I have to sit here and listen to the Chazan? I know how to pray. I did my own tefillah. Remember what I explained last week?
Yeah. 100%.
There's a very important reason. Arizal is to close his eyes, Ari HaKadosh, and just answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo Amen. Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo Amen. The Chazara brings up the aliyah of all of the tefillot. Everything. And that is the power of the second Amidah more than the first. That's why we need the second one. And the only time you do one Amidah is if there's people talking or not saying Amen, then it's better to do one Amidah, but then you miss the whole Ba'ala of the second Amidah. Now, even more than that, says the Ben Ish Chai, what happens, I don't know if you ever happened, you're late for Mincha, on Erev Shabbat, let's say, you're just coming in with your suit, and they've already finished Mincha. So what do? You stand outside, you pray Mincha. Yeah, you've seen that before? People do that, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, before they go inside, they pray Mincha. Now, what happens is one guy standing outside praying Mincha, then the next guy comes afterwards. He's standing there prays next to him. So you've got 2 people praying outside Mincha. Third person comes, fourth person. There's already 5 people outside praying Mincha. Okay? Now imagine this scenario. He finishes his Amidah. He looks around and there's 10 people doing Amidah or Mincha. Can you do now Chazara and Kedusha?
Why wouldn't you be able to if you have the time?
Oh, so in fact, this is a machloket between Ben Ish Chai and Rabbi Netanel. Ben Ish Chai says that you can't do it now minyan. He said even though when you finish, you've got 10 people, but you never started your Amidah together. So the Chazara is the power of Tefillah B'tzibur. If you all started 10 of you together, then 10 of you, when you finished, you can do that.
But I don't understand. But if you joined minyan in the middle and they're already starting the Chazara, you're standing in Kedusha and you say Mudim and so on. I don't follow.
So then you can. Then you follow. Even if you come later, then you join them because there's already a tzibur. A tzibur already have that power of the tefillah and you can join on to them. But when you didn't start off at tzibur and you just ended off at tzibur, according to the Ben Ish Chai, then you missed it. You can say Kaddish.
So according to the Ben Ish Chai, if you didn't start the first Amidah together with the Kaddish together, so it's not tzibur.
It is tzibur, but it's not enough to do.
But in the context of Okay.
You can say Kaddish according to Ben Ish Chai, but not Chazara. According to Chacham Ovadia, Abu Ovadia Yosef, he writes a long tshuva and he says you can. If you finish and there's 10 of you there, because you prayed some of the Amidah together, even though you didn't start all of you together, but when you finished, you were 10 of you all praying. That's enough to make you all to unite you as 10 in Tefillah, and you can all do Chazara if you want. That is according to Chacham Ovadia, very important. Now, regarding talking, there's a difference between talking and sitting, okay? We spoke about last week that standing up is a must in the Chazara. Only if a weak person or old person, zaken, or if he's chalash, if he's ill, then you can allow to sit down.
This is for Sfaradim only.
This is Ben Ish Chai. And as far as I know, also Ashkenazi. Rabbi Ovadia says, though, however, after Kedusha, you are allowed to sit down. Even he says, it's very important, the Kedusha. When you stand up not Kedusha, Chazara. The importance of standing up by Chazara of the Amidah is like the importance of standing up when the Sefer Torah is open, when Ptichat HaEchad. That's how we're talking about. So the Ben Ish Chai says you always must stand. And Rabbi Ovadia said it's just Tavala Bracha if he stands. So everyone should try. If you're feeling good, then stand. Okay, if you're tired, you had such a long day, and then you need to sit down. Okay, You can, you can say that. The halacha is mutar, according to Rabbi Vadia. Even Ben Ish Chai says Tavor Bracha. Talking, however, is not allowed under any circumstances. You leave the synagogue when you talk. Not in the time of Chazara. Until you finish Chazara, do not talk. You're disturbing the tefillah to go up to Shamayim. You know, you come to synagogue. You make the effort to get there. You're there. You prayed already for an hour. All the tefillot are ready to go up. This is what you came for. You came for the tefillot to go up to Shamayim, and now like you're sabotaging it. You're ruining it. So even they say that every community should have somebody in charge telling people to be quiet. This is written down in Sfarim. It's assumed that people will talk in Shul. That you have to appoint somebody. This is written down in the Sfarim. So many Sfarim have him in. This is the guy. He's in charge of telling people to shush. And, no one gets upset at him because no one takes it personally. But no, that's his job. People need to be reminded. Okay. And let's just do a few short halachot. When a chazan says, you should say Amen, Baruch Hu Shemo. There's two meanings of the word Amen. Amen means two things.
Acknowledgement.
I think you said that last week. Emet. Yeah. Acknowledge Emet that it's true. Amen. That means God is great. Baruch Hashem. What do we say now? Amen. God, you are acknowledging is true. And the second meaning is Emet. Second is Keni Ratzon. Emet. Israel, that's true. And also Keni Ratzon, that he will continue to be Rafeh Cholam Israel. Now, when do you say Amen? It's very important. When he finishes saying the bracha, Chazan, Baruch Hashem Rafeh Cholam Israel, Amen. Before he starts the next bracha, if he already started it, don't say Amen. Now, if he's too quick and he doesn't give you a pause to stop, you just say Baruch Hashem, Amen. Then he continues. If he's in a rush, don't answer Amen. It's his fault. Chazan, he has to stop and wait for everyone to say Amen. He says, V'yanesh hashliach tzibur. Second thing is Amen chatufa. Chatuf means you steal your Amen. Don't say Amen before he's finished his bracha. And this is always going on every brachot. You hear somebody making a bracha sha'akol. Baruch atah Hashem sha'akol Amen. Niya bidvaro. I haven't finished my bracha yet. Why are you saying Amen? You have to wait till he finishes the Niya bidvaro and then Amen. And also Al Amidah. So there's two things. There's also Amen Yetomah. Don't just suddenly say Amen randomly. No. It's called Amen Yetomah. Amen has to come at the end of the bracha. Now, if you don't appreciate how important is Amen, every Amen creates an angel, Malach. Amen is Gematria 91. It's the name of Shem Hashem. Yud Ke Vav Ke and Elokim. Together is Amen. Says Rabbi Vadia, there is a halacha of safek brachot la'akel, which means if you have a safek whether to do a bracha or not do a bracha, what do? You don't do a bracha. Same thing is with Amen. If you have a safek, if to say Amen or don't say Amen, you don't say Amen. You don't just say Amen whenever you want. Says Rabbi Vadia, not only if you don't know if you have a safek to say or not, but even if you didn't hear the bracha, you can't just say Amen. And not only that, if there's a machloket in poskim, to say Amen or not to say Amen, halakha is you don't say Amen. And here it comes up with this ruling, Rabbi Vadia, that if you hear bracha on Halel, Ashkenazim make a bracha on Halel, Sfaradim don't. We don't say Amen to their bracha. Not only that, if a woman shakes a lulav, Ashkenazim make a bracha, we don't say Amen to that bracha. It's machloket. You can't make a bracha. Ashkenazim make a bracha on reading Megillat Shir Hashirim, Megillat Eicha, we don't make a bracha. It's machloket. Safek brachot la'akel, also Amen, Safek Amen la'akel. Don't even say Amen to the bracha, which is a Safek. That's how important it is not to say Amen when it's unnecessary. Another thing is to be careful when you say Amachazir Shechinato Letzion, Modim Anachnu Lach. So when you say Modim de Rabbanan, before you say Modim, you have to remember to say Amen on the bracha. Hamachzir Shechinato Letzion, Amen, and then say Modim. Don't rush into Modim and forget the Amen. And the last thing is, when you're answering amen to the bracha of the Chazan, should your amen be louder than his bracha, or should his bracha be louder than your amen?
Same tone.
Very good. That was a trick question then. You're right. It should be the same tone. The Chazan has to say amen. Your voice should not be louder than his voice. So that's why it's good to get a Chazan that's loud and everyone can hear him. And everyone say amen. Kol ha'oneh amen b'kol kocho. If you say amen with all your strength, either all your might or all your concentration, מבטלים לו גזירה של 70 שנה. מבטלים לו כל גזירותיו. That means any evil decrees which are against you, they're all nullified when you say amen. b'kol kocho. So get a good Chazan. Says loud brachot, then you can say loud amen. But if he's saying soft, Kadosh, can't say amen. No, you have to have a Chazan which says loud in order to say a loud amen. Okay, that's the end of the Halachot. We'll be back next week. Is there any questions? Any questions, Gilad? Joe?
I have, but anyway, I will send you a text.
Okay. Yaakov, thank you for joining us. Any questions? Thank you, Meir. Good night. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. Welcome.
Good night.
Back next week. Thank you, Joe, for your questions. Thank you, Joe.